This demonstration provides guidance to service providers of how to bid on a shipment posting from the HCB Cloud services. First, open the HCB website, then go to HCB Cloud services there in the middle. And then you come to the login screen. And to follow up on the registration video that we did, we take the username of DreAA1, and that was the drayage company that we had. Fast Truck, if you recall, was the name of the company that we registered. And then we put in our password, which is only known to us, and we log in. And the first thing you see are the current quote requests. And you can see there are a number of requests here, and they're categorized by non-transportation, container drayage, ocean container, the international leg part of it, international leg part of the LCL, breakage, break bulk, air freight, self-propelled, and then you have domestic bids that can take place as well, which are other than drayage. In this case, because we're a drayage company, in the example here, we go to the container drayage, and we open up the details of this one, which looks like a drayage opportunity in the Houston area. You open this up, and it becomes a PDF file that can be printed. You can go down here and see the details of the shipment, commodity, number of containers, any kind of notes that may apply, when the quote is needed by, that sort of thing is shown there. This can then be printed. So we decide, yes, I think we're going to bid on this one. So we go into bid here, and that brings up the details of this particular bid request. And see, it's the same quote needed by such and such date, and the pickup and delivery information. So let's say most vendors provide a quote number when they quote something. So let's say that's your quote number. And if you recall, the individual we're dealing with here is William Richards, was the contact party at Fast Truck, and really doesn't apply transit time in this case, but we could put same day for the movement of the container. This is where we put in the cost components, which is what you're showing as your cost to HC Bennett. There's a drop down here that gives various possibilities. Most are accounted for, but there may be some instances where not everything is there, so you can overwrite anything and put in your own cost component. In this case, we've got drayage and we've got a container. So we got container drayage. Let's say the going rate is $225 per move, and this is per container regardless of container size. Put some verbiage of that sort in there. Make it clear what you're quoting on. Then you're going to have probably other quotes with this that go with this. For instance, normally there's going to be a fuel service charge, and say the going rate is $64 per container, and you can say per container rate in effect until might put that because that sort of charge is variable with fuel prices. Add another charge such as a chassis rental, which is common these days. Say this is $22 per day if applicable. Doesn't apply with every steamship line, but it's nice to have it there if it would apply. Lock that in. Let's say we're going to add one more charge that happens not to be on the drop down. The helper charge, for instance. They're going to get a helper to help load the containers at the Humble, Texas dock site. So we can't find it anywhere, so let's just input something. It's called helper assistance, and we can put the rate there of $17 per hour if necessary. Okay. Lock that in, and we can go down here and we can start putting in some kind of bid comments. Here you might want to tout how good a company you are and why you would be good for handling this particular service. Say, we received drayage magazines A plus award for 2014. Can reasonably move 4 containers per day on consecutive. Anything that would help you get this business should be input there. Okay, then you may want to review it a little bit and say, okay, well, maybe I should come down on my price a little bit here. So you can go back and edit any of these things and say, instead of 225, why don't we sharpen our pencil a little bit? Let's call it 220, and we can lock that in there. And then you can go ahead and submit your bid, and you'll see that a little pop-up comes up, and it says HCB appreciates your bid on this quote request. Following the need by date, you will receive feedback if your bid was selected. What I think is pretty interesting, and you don't often see, is if your bid was declined, we will reasonably provide reasons why. For follow-up purposes, contact sales@hcbennett.com. Then you can go to your web portal, and you can say, okay, well, we also have a little trucking company that does some other stuff on the side, so maybe we might want to bid on these electric hedge trimmers here. So you could look at that and go through the same process. You can bid as many things as you want, as long as you have the service that would comply. Okay, then at that point you would just log out and you're finished. And we thank you.